Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Delusional WNBA players are going to destroy the league, and they have no one to blame but themselves. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. We're having a fantastic day, and of course, shout out to the 19. So, what am I talking about? One of the things I brought up a few times when talking about the CBA negotiations is one of the things that we have not seen, or I have not seen anywhere, was specific numbers with regards to what revenue share is, right? The last video I did about the salary increases, which is like 4x, where it said $1 million is going to be the base max. That happens no matter what. And then it could be up to 1.2 million depending on revenue, because there's revenue share. And we said, well, we don't know what the revenue share is. Well, now we do. And I know the media is working hard. A lot of articles I've seen in the way they frame things, it's all like I said it would be. It's all pro player, which is probably one of the reasons the players are holding out for this nonsense, because they have the media on their side and they know it. But when I look into these numbers, I'm like, it's hard to support the players, folks. I mean, we've got, as the WNBA Players Union reportedly spar over revenue sharing percentage, and we have what it is. And keep in mind what the salary increase has been already. We've already seen a 4x salary increase, right? So here we go. The Athletic reported December 3rd that the WNBA's latest offer includes players getting 15% of league and team revenue. SBJ reported that the Players Association countered with 30% of a league that doesn't make money. The gap demonstrates the two sides are still a ways from figuring out a compromise. Yeah, I don't know that there could be one when it's that big, because check this out. WNBA players got 9.3% of the revenue under the old CBA and opted out of that agreement last October. And here is where you get into framing, folks, and you get into, what is their lies? What is it, lies? Oh, I forget the phrase now, but you know what I mean, something about lies and damn statistics and all of that. And this is a great example of a bump of a little over 5% in revenue share is not what the union had hoped for or will accept. Now that sounds terrible, doesn't it? I mean, unless you're the NBA and you're already at 50-50, you're like, well, I think you got enough. But 5%, only 5%, that's terrible. It's a really low number. How can we do that? I mean, that's like barely above inflation, right? Now, keep in mind, again, salaries have 4x'd already, but it's not a 5% revenue share bump. I mean, yes, it is in terms of overall what they're getting, but from what they got previously, it is actually 62%, because they're going from 9.3 to 15. That's 5.7%, but that's 5.7 compared to the 9.3 they have, folks. Basic math, that is a 62% increase in what they got previously. Yes, they're getting 5% more of the overall revenue, but that's 62% more than they were getting previously. Just like the salaries are 4 times more than we're getting. So let me see if we have this straight. Salaries are going 4x, right? The low number is what, like 226, 229, something like that, is basically just about the same as what the max was. Maxes are going from 250,000 to 1 million plus because of revenue share. And on top of that, you're getting a 62% increase in the revenue share you were going to get. And the players still say no. So I am not sure, basic negotiation tactic, right? You're all not going to put like your your hard line, can't cross this number out first, right? I mean, you see it in movies where they go to the basic extreme of it, of basically splitting it, right? You'll accept 50%, so you say, I want 75%, and the person counters with 25. I want 65. I'll give you 35, that type of thing. So I get that, but they're not in the same universe right now. And again, there's time to fix it. There's time to fix it. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually compromise and get closer. Now, here is the amount. Okay, yeah, I was right. What did I say? 226 to 229, something like that. 225. The average salary, it's a little off if the cap's 5 million and there are 12 players. But anyway, and a max of a mil. The salary cap. So the salary cap's going from 1.5 million to 5 million. It's a little less than 4x. The minimum player salary around 66,000, with the max just north of 249, now going to 225 and $1 million. And here's an example, because I think this is standard for players. We have Bree Turner, Indiana Fever. She's all upset about that. Didn't go over well with her. Now, what didn't go over well with Bree specifically? She didn't like the taking away the housing. She didn't like them taking away the atmosphere of the sorority house so that they could, Zoom Zoom players, and she didn't like that at all. But again, here's the thing, folks. And she talks about, I think she says it, I think she says it down here, which is, where is it? Where is it? Housing should be a priority, not just to maintain the best on-court product. I'm going to leave that go for now. But also in terms of player safety. What? What? Let me know in the comments below why that makes no sense. Playing on a minimum and unguaranteed contract while trying to source housing sounds like a reality no W player should face. Can we put this into perspective for a minute? Now, first of all, the minimum salary, which I believe she was on, the 66,000, right? That's going to 225,000. 225,000 to bounce a ball and to not bounce it well, and you need money for housing on top of that. And you lose me when you throw out code words that mean something else entirely. Like, I don't know what player safety has to do with anything in terms of finding a house. And it's just playing on a minimum and on a guaranteed contract while trying to source housing sounds like a reality no W player should face. Again, you're bouncing a ball for a living. Can we put this into perspective? What these players make, all of them, is more than the typical American as it is. And their season is, basically a third of the year, and they bounce a ball. Everyone has obstacles in the jobs and careers they pick, and you factor that in when you make that choice. There are people who go into sales, whatever the industry may be, and they literally work on 100% commission. And they may even go in, so they might get a very, very small amount every week, but they have to make that up. That is not just their salary. They don't have a base salary. They get commission only, and eventually they have to start producing above and beyond that. We'll call it a stipend, but uh, that little bit of money they get. If they don't, they're going to get fired. They don't get housing. They don't get anything else. I mean, let's put this into perspective a second. But I wanted to bring this up because this is, from what I've seen, the WNBA's mentality in general. It's very entitled, it's very privileged, and it doesn't bode well for them coming to an agreement with the WNBA. Again, we've almost 4x the salaries. We've gone over 60% increase in revenue share, but they took away housing. Again, that is how it works, folks. That is how the negotiations work. You want to include housing? We got to dial back the salaries and the revenue share. I'm just saying, you as players, you've had a league that's been handed to you for 30 years that other people propped up. You're going to have to make compromises. This is not all about you getting every little thing you want that you don't deserve. Oh man, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. As always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.